you know where he lives?
He's gonna show me, but he said he wants to warm up first.
What's he saying?
He woke up in his mom's car. You guys said he came from that way. Can you head that way and see if there's a car door that's open? There's a potential that he could be charged with the health of a child, and that he's been sleeping in the back of a van possibly for the past 5 hours.
Saving abandoned kids from the dangers of the outside world is bad enough, but what happens when the ones responsible for their pain turn out to be the parents themselves?
What is CPS looking at you for right now?
I told them that she was touched by her biological dad, and then she was telling them that we her and we don't feed her and that we have no food.
You smoked those cigarettes while you're pregnant?
I smoked throughout all my pregnancy.
These were the moments abandoned toddlers led cops to their evil parents, starting with a welfare check that turned into a gut-wrenching discovery of 4 abandoned children.
I just don't want to lose them.
I have a video of her screaming at them outside for 5 minutes right now. I got CPS the other day.
The 1-year-old has like some weird rash. What are these bruises from?
Portable 9994 domestic West Main
Pick
Street.
her up, throw her. That's
They
why.
throw her?
On July 19th, 2024, officers responded to a residence after they received reports of 4 children running away from the household. Officers would soon realize that this was no prank on the children's ends. Rather, it was an attempt to escape a house of horrors.
Hi. Jamie, it's Elaine.
Is it from a 4?
Oh, Jamie.
All I asked was for a little bit of help.
Hey, relax. What's going on?
They took off.
Who?
After punching me in the face, after I asked her to help me clean the house.
Which way did she go?
They went up Berger.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
We've got patrols in that area looking for them, okay?
Okay.
Go!
You stay with her. We will go look, okay? Hey, we will find her. We will
Tiffany
find her.
told me to go to because they want her.
Yeah, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. And
I just don't want to lose them.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Who are you?
I'm her ex-boyfriend's wife. I'm the stepmother to Aries.
Okay.
You went up Berger.
Went up Richard towards where?
Towards whatever street that is up there. They crossed it apparently.
Hey,
Okay.
you need to calm down, Miami. You need to calm down, okay? Okay, I will go up there.
Wait, what's your name?
Elaine Newman.
Yeah, they're like 2 houses down with those little girls that play right over there. They're like 2 houses down, right outside. They were just outside. They went in their house like 10 minutes ago.
Which street is that on?
The one right here, this one.
Bridger?
Yeah.
Okay, I will go.
What's the color of the house?
I don't know, but I know they live like 3 houses down.
Please, go check that out. If you want to bring her.
It's been with Kyle since 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Elaine is your ex-boyfriend's wife?
Yes, it's my daughter's dad.
Okay. And how many kids do you have?
4. Going on my 5th one.
She took that one?
That's what she's saying. She's gonna show me. So like 2 houses down. Okay, they just said they're out with those kids over on North Rutland.
Yeah, so
That's way over there.
That's
the next road over.
Okay.
Were you home when it happened?
I have a video of her screaming at them outside for 5 minutes right now. I got CPS the other day.
Okay.
The cop sort of was looking to drop them off like 2 days ago, but this is a thing. She could have walked out right there and saw that they were all playing right here.
Gotcha.
Screaming down the street. I've got video on my phone of them playing right here as she's screaming, saying she was calling the cops that they're gone, she's tired of them.
Okay.
From the moment the officers stepped inside, it was clear something was off about the house. One of the women, identified as the mother, Jamie, insisted the kids had simply left the house on their own. But the neighbor's account suggested something far deeper at play.
So they located them?
Manny said they were out with them.
Okay. So it sounds like patrols found them. So what exactly happened?
I asked my daughter to help me pick up the house before her dad got home from work.
Okay. Who is your husband?
Anthony Allen. And I have videos of where she's just me, smacking me, kicking me, and I sent it all to her grandmother. And all I asked her to do was help me pick up because I don't want him to yell at me. You know?
Okay.
And she just straight punched me in my face, and I had her in my arms.
Oh, it's okay.
And then they took off out the back door.
Okay, and did you try to stop them?
Yes, I did. And she legit grabbed the 2 boys who were already at the stairs and legit ran down the stairs. I couldn't do anything because she was trying to go off the stairs as well. So I brought her back in, and now she's like, that's mad at me.
How old are the kids?
I already got
8, 5, and 3.
And she's how old? 2?
She's going on 2.
She's 1. Okay.
What's the matter? It's okay.
And all I asked her to do is help pick up because they're the ones that made the mess.
And you live here with your husband and the 4 kids.
Desperate to avoid blame, the woman tried turning the entire situation against the children, claiming they were unruly and had just run off. But when officers circled the apartment, what they found inside made them rethink Jamie's accusations.
Basically, she was just asking the kids to help clean up, and she said the oldest started punching her, and then they ran out the back door. Really? Okay. The residence is disgusting, so. Well, of course, yeah. There's a 1-year-old here with her, and then I've got the names and date of birth of all the kids that you have over there, so there's cigarette butts all over, like, in reach of the kids, like, on the couch and stuff, so. Does it look like a cigarette burn, or? Oh, okay. Yeah, the 1-year-old has like some weird rash, but
How long has this been going on? Is this the first time that...
This is the first time she's ever threatened to run away or do anything. You know, she's never punched me, she's never kicked me. And yesterday we were over at her grandmother, her biological grandmother's, and she's legit seen her father. And since then, it's been nothing but her punching me, kicking
where'd your little one go? Oh, there she is. Hi.
It's been hell today, just today. Like, I don't know what else to do.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
I put them in timeout. They legit threw toys at me.
What's the matter? Come here. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the house is disgusting.
All I asked was for a little bit of help.
If you can go to Bronson, at the corner of Bronson and North Rutland, and go and assist Officer McIntyre.
The inside of the house told a story of poor living conditions and fear. Every corner revealed the kind of horror no child should ever live through. It was clear this case was heading straight to CPS. But before they could proceed, the mother revealed something that made every officer freeze in disbelief.
I just don't want to lose my kids over this.
Okay, why would you feel like you lose your kids?
Because I'm already on CPS, and he said the next report that comes in, I'm automatically losing.
What is CPS looking at you for right now?
Right now, because of the fact that went back to school the last day of school and told them that she was touched by her biological dad, and then she was telling them that we abuse her and we don't feed her and that we have no food and all different kinds of stuff. The other day, their grandparents who lived downstairs, which is adopted dad's mom, decided to throw her and my 3-year-old, and now they're looking at that. He just said one murder report.
Jamie, do you any or alcohol today? No? You just smoke cigarettes?
Yes, if I had one. I've been smoking butts. And I have to pay my fine by the 23rd for stealing from Walmart. That might come back. I don't know. That's the only thing I got right now.
What's she got all over her?
Toothpaste. They were getting into the toothpaste. That's why I yelled at them.
Toothpaste?
Yes.
What are these bruises from?
Affordable 9994
Play with her. They pick her up, throw her. That's
They
why.
throw her?
Does.
Okay. What about this scratch? What's this from?
Oh, the cat over at her aunts. It will be her aunt. They're biological grandmothers.
Okay. The cat scratched her?
Yes.
So, why did the kids take off?
Because was telling them to. She packed all of her stuff, and this is where she's telling them goodbye. But she was leaving.
I mean, when all this was going on, you didn't try to stop them?
I did multiple times, and then I blocked the door. I put that in front of the door. That's why I said, hold on a minute. Whenever Owen was on the phone.
Nobody else lives here?
No.
Okay, where do the kids sleep?
Sleeps here.
Where's here?
In here.
This is her bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her blanket, and her blanket's out here because she was watching a movie.
Okay.
Whenever I told her it was time
So
to
your
start
oldest
cleaning up.
sleeps here.
sleeps here, and the 2 boys sleep in the bathroom.
9-6. So their bedroom is back here, you said?
Yeah.
This is their room?
Yeah.
Why are their mattresses thrown around like this?
That's how they always do it, and then...
That's how they sleep?
No. That's how they go up underneath to make a fort. That's why I told I need your help cleaning, because all the toys go in there. They get all the toys out and everything. I just threw away food. It's out back on the back porch that's been sitting there.
You smoke those cigarettes while you're pregnant?
I smoked throughout all my pregnancies. It helps me calm down.
Yeah, we'll be right back. The deeper the officers went into that house, the worse it became. Hoping to piece together what truly happened, the officers turned to a neighbor who had witnessed the chaos firsthand.
So look from the beginning what happened.
The kids walked by my house and took my kids' toys out of our front yard.
How many kids did you see?
3. She was on the bike. The 2 boys took my daughter's little buggy car, and the other boy hopped on the scooter. And I heard the car being pushed, like, you know, them little plastic coupe cars. Yep. I heard it getting pushed, so I came outside. And when I came outside, my boyfriend was asking them where they lived and to put the toys back because they weren't there. And I came outside and followed them down the street, got the toys back at the corner, and she apologized and said, "I'm so sorry, my brothers took your toys." And I asked her where she was going, and she said they were going to get milk. So I took the toys back home, which is only like 3 houses from the corner, and I came back around the corner and they were coming up this way. And she said, "Will you just let us go get milk?" I said, "Do you even have money for milk?" Because I noticed she didn't even have shorts on her pockets. So I was like, "Do you have money for milk?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, can you get out of my way?" And I was like, "Well, I just want to make sure you're safe. Like, where do you guys live? My mom sent us to get milk." I said, "Well, your brothers don't even have shoes on." She said, "Well, I told them to get shoes on." And I was like, "Well, where do you guys live?" I said, "It's not safe for you guys to be wandering the streets." I said, "And when you get up there to State Street, you guys shouldn't be, they're too little to be crossing that street by themselves." She's like, "Well, I'm 8, I can watch them." And then I asked what happened to the little boy's arm, and she told me that she accidentally pushed him in a fire. And then 2 or 3 more times I tried to coerce her to walk back this way with me so I could walk them home, and she wouldn't come with me. And I was like, "Well, if you're not going to come with me, then I'm going to call the cops because your 2 little brothers are too small to be wandering the streets." And then that's when the first cop car pulled around the corner, and we flagged him down, but I think they were looking for me.
That's when you said your boyfriend stopped first smokes it?
He was sitting on the porch. He was out there when they got on the thing, so I heard the car move, and I heard him say, "They're not yours, come back." And then when I was walking outside onto the porch, he was asking them where they live, and they just kept going, so I followed. And then as soon as the cop pulled around the corner and she seen the cop car, she broke down and started crying that she didn't want to go home, that her mom was being mean to them, so she left with her brothers because her mom was her with a flip phone. And then shortly after that is when the other lady walked around the corner. Apparently she's the stepmom of
9-4, check negative.
and she said that they have like an open CPS case, and that the mother's 9 months pregnant, and that the grandparents were just arrested a couple days ago for them or something, pushing them off a scooter.
You followed them down the street to figure out to get the toys back, right?
To the corner,
Yep.
And then I put the toys back, and then I followed them around the corner to see where they were going, because like at one point the little boy ran out in the street and ran in front of a car. So I was just lingering, following them, trying to get them to go home, and then the cops showed up. I didn't want to be too pressing with them because she had already told me that I was freaking her out because I was following her, and I didn't want her to be scared.
The neighbor described seeing the children wandering across busy roads with no adult in sight. And worse, she noticed bruises and marks that suggested something much darker was happening behind closed doors. Officers immediately moved to protect the kids, but before they could, the father appeared with a story of his own.
Thank you, buddy. That for me? Yeah. Thank you.
You little buddy, are you ready to go for a ride in a police car?
Yeah.
It's this over here, come on.
Can I sit in front?
No, you can't sit in the front.
Yeah, you sit right there. There you go. You want to help your brother when you get a chance?
That was for dinner tonight.
So this is the 2 boys' room. Oh, okay. They put the mattresses back. So
Yeah,
when we got here,
they jump on them.
they were like flopped over. Yeah. And the blankets or anything weren't in here.
The blankets were in there.
Not when I originally got here. They
When I
weren't.
got home, to be honest with you, The blankets, these were on the floor. The blankets were underneath the bed.
Okay, so they were underneath the mattress then. I didn't see them.
I was at work.
And this is where the 8-year-old sleeps, and this is the babies. So this was over on the couch, and one was right on the bed here, and there's another one right here. The cigarette butts, they straightened a couple things up, but...
No, I come home and straighten it. You know, having 4 kids with her being pregnant, yeah, it's hard. I had to go make money for my fine, so...
I mean, you have to keep cigarette butts and stuff like that out, especially with little ones. You don't want them to...
Like I said, I keep them up here, or I usually keep them up there, and like Justin don't have an issue. Justin Weaver don't have an issue with that.
Well, I do.
Okay.
Because even though they're cigarette butts, they're still...
They're harmful.
Yeah, it's harmful to their system. They are little.
Okay.
Even a little bit, they get enough in their system, they're going to get poisoned from it. It's toxic. So it really needs to keep it picked up.
I know when I came home,
Really?
it was trash. I seen it. There was...
How long were you gone?
I've been gone since 12. I mean 11. I do lawns with my balls.
So you came up and cleaned up.
I cleaned
when
up,
you got home.
I always do that.
Because I was here prior to you arriving, and it was
came,
not as.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely cleaned up the place a little bit.
There was toilet paper all over the place, and she's a problem child. She's been having the boys. You know, I'm worried about my son. You know. She's pushed him in the fire. You know, she should have been like basically in like we have her in counseling. Counseling not working. We sit them down. You know, we don't beat our children. I don't never lay a hand on my kids.
Okay, so this is in counseling.
This is in counseling. This is in counseling. This is about to be in counseling because he has PTSD from the fire because pushed him in the fire at Westkids. You know, he's been through a lot, you know, I was worried about.
But he's been seen medically and everything like that.
Yeah, he's been going to the doctors. He's been, his next appointment is October 9th. He had a skin grotch right here. They put the rest, you know, I drove.
Are you guys supposed to change his bandaging, or is that the hospital?
With no bandages on it.
What about his leg? There's something wrapped on his leg.
The thing on his leg is a thing. We wash it.
Okay, I just was asking.
You don't need no bandages. That's all done and taken care of. Everything's healing right.
Okay.
So basically,
and the wrap on his leg, you guys wash it?
Yeah, we have to hand wash it.
Okay.
We can't put it in the washer because in a couple weeks we have Upstate has something is sending to us. It's like a hand thing. It's physical therapy. But those, you know, he don't have to have that on all the time. But the leg, you know, it's skin graft. It's gonna bleed. If he bumps it or something, it's gonna still bleed because they took that skin and put it right here.
Right. Yep.
But his arm, this right here, don't have to really be on.
The father, Anthony, downplayed everything. The injuries, the state of the home, even the children's fear. But his dismissive attitude only confirmed what the officers already suspected. He was hiding something, and it wouldn't stay hidden for long.
Did things start with something being said about alleging something against her father?
What do you mean?
That her father had her?
That's in the past.
Okay, that's in the past?
I got basically the whole CPS report that started with Justin was me touching all the kids. I went through the whole process. No.
Oh, okay.
She accused her other father a couple months ago of doing the same thing. No one touched her. She went through it.
All right. I just wanted to ask. I wanted to make sure that was
December 15th.
a previous thing that already...
Neither of us have ever been here before, so we're not familiar. We're not trying to accuse you of anything. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, they removed me out of the house and all
I
that.
just wanted to make sure that was a pass.
The thing is, she lies, you know, she steals. We bring her to you guys. You guys don't do nothing for, you know.
Well, I mean, there's not much we can do with an 8-year-old.
Right.
We're trying to have guidelines with her. We don't, like I said, I don't beat my kids.
Yeah. And
I'll never lay a hand on my kids. Because I was adopted. I was in the foster care system. And I used to get, I don't know if you know Pastor Jordan, that used to own the church in Great Bend. I used to get whipped in the face with one. And, you know, people are saying, oh, kids belong in the foster system. No, they don't. Because they're more than the parents that actually have them. If I was here today, none of this stuff would have happened. None of it. I'm talking, you know, I drive without a license, to be honest with you. I have tickets out there.
Is Jamie getting any help?
I don't know, she tries her best. She's trying, you know, I know. She's supposed to go and induce tomorrow for the baby. She's been having problems with the baby. She was bleeding for a while. But they don't listen to their mother. The only time they listen is when I'm here.
Now, if she goes in to be induced, who's going to care for the kids?
I am.
You're not going to go in with her?
No, I don't. With all my kids, I do not.
Okay.
And I have, you know, I have family. Dustin, his dad, is actually my cousin. Jamie was supposed to be over at my aunt's house. His mom's house today, and I was, you know, making money, man. I need fine, man. I don't need to go behind bars. She has a fine for stealing from Walmart because, you know, income is low. You know, Justin knows. I mean, we used to, you know, she used to steal just to get, you know, just to get stuff. She got caught. She had to do her time. We're paying on her fine. I used to DoorDash.
I mean, it just seems like she needs a break. She needs help.
Because I'm not home, stuff happens. I gotta make money for diapers and all this, I'm not in steady income. So when someone tells me to get in the car and go all day to make money, I gotta do it for my kids. Now I try to come home faster just to help find them, and then I heard that the cops had them, and if I was home, none of this stuff would have happened. Grandma can take her for the weekend, if that's fine with you.
Absolutely.
But could you talk to her about?
Yeah.
Can you talk to her about getting help?
I will.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, Jamie, we're taking off, okay? She's just got to talk to you a little bit, but we're out of here. I'm glad the kids are found safe.
Anthony kept insisting that Aries was just a difficult child, refusing to see that both Jamie and he failed big time as parents. At that point, the officers knew exactly what had to be done.
Hi, Anthony. Do you have everything you need? Do you have anything in your pockets? Just your phone?
Yeah, just my phone.
And a lighter?
And that's it.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna go over to my car over here, and I'm gonna have to put you in cuffs, okay? It's just our policy whenever we transport anyone. So, and this officer's gonna just check, make sure you don't have anything on you.
Good? Yeah.
All right, Anthony, here, let me open this. I appreciate you making this work. So we'll pick a court date that works for both you and for Jamie, and then you guys will just be able to head to court and together if that works better. I think that would probably work best for you guys, right? If you guys went at the same time? Yeah. Okay. And as soon as we're done at the station, I'll give you a ride back to your residence, okay?
In the end, the father, Anthony, was charged with endangerment. Moving on to the moment deputies found a toddler wandering by a busy road with no parental guardian in sight.
She was right here. She kept running. She made a left. We started following her.
Who was watching your daughter?
I and her mom.
Look how busy it is? She ran and went south.
Why are you on the road? Why you don't go with daddy, huh?
On February 19th, 2023, officers were dispatched to a residence after citizens reported seeing a toddler wandering dangerously close to a busy road. Two men who made the call had stayed with the child for nearly an hour until officers arrived, but the moment they did, what the deputies saw left them speechless.
Hi. Hi. Where's your house? Where do you live? Huh? Yeah, where's your mom? Is this your house? No? Is that your house? That's your house? Okay.
So what happened?
So we saw her running from here.
Running?
Yeah, on the wall right here.
The crosswalk.
So we immediately, saw it. He saw it. We took the decision. We made a U-turn. She was right here. She kept running. She made a left. We started following her.
She made a left on 200?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just went all the way down.
No, she lives here.
She lives here?
That's her house.
So who told you that she lives right here?
So then we, started following her. We called the police.
She said, I'm dizzy. So
we took her in the car. We started driving. I said, maybe her parents are looking for her. Let's go back this way. So when I came here, I saw the guy there. I asked him, hey man, this is the girl. You saw her? He said, no. I said, is there any Asian family lives there? He said, over here. So then, out of the curiosity, I went there, knocked the door, nobody came out. He said, back door, the guy said. I went to the back door, I saw everything clear. The door was open, half open. Our clothes, our toys, everything is right there. So you can put things together. Yeah, that's what happened. And then he called his wife or whatever. He confirmed, yeah, that she lives here. And her mom.
What house was it? This one?
No, this house. She lives
no, I'm saying, who told you that?
The guy who lives here.
And they're there right now still?
Yeah, he just went to somewhere.
But he's here?
The officers found the toddler wrapped snugly in a stranger's coat, blissfully unaware of the chaos around him. But just as the Good Samaritans began explaining what happened, the careless father in question suddenly appeared.
Not this guy. He have a Toyota Camry, I think.
Maybe that's his house.
Is that your daughter? Okay, yeah, just park right here, in here.
Alright. So what's going on?
Just park right there. I don't want you to get hit by someone right here. I'll let you know right now.
He said it's his daughter, so we'll find out.
Oh.
Thank you guys, by the way.
So he called you?
No, you called.
Oh, no. I thought he called.
No, he's just showing up now.
Oh, okay.
Is that your daughter?
What?
Is that your daughter? live here? Do you have a little daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we have your daughter in the car. How old is she? Your daughter? 4. Okay, say ID.
Was she in the road or on,
yeah, man.
On the crosswalk, yeah.
on the sidewalk?
Actually, she was on the sidewalk.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Yeah, we went to U-turn here. That's why we came back.
He caught her at the right at the dollar, right at the money. Because she was right here. Then we started following. We didn't leave her. We kept following until she was shivering. So we put in the car. We were also scared.
Oh yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Who's watching your daughter?
I thought her mom.
Where's your mom at? Where's the mom at?
Hold on. I'll call her.
Call her. Come on, just make sure it's your daughter. Come on.
We got your phone numbers, man. If we need you guys, we'll give you guys a call.
Yeah. I hope you guys take it to the next level.
Yeah, we're definitely looking into it. You better have a good excuse. Hold on. She said Dada. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me talk to you for a second.
Talk to him first.
Where's the mom and what? How did we get here? Why was the kid running down here and then went south on 200th Street?
Cảnh sát đang ở nhà nè. Police is here. Police is here. But nobody home. No, you better get home now. No, you better get home now. Get nobody home.
Okay, so what happened? You speak English?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? I know. I don't want to come off aggressively or anything. I get it. I have daughters. I'll be petrified. I'll be scared shitless. So let's just start. What happened?
I'm numb.
It's okay. You take a breather for a second. Breathe. And then you lived in this house, right?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Then who was watching your daughter?
I and her mom.
Okay. Where were you?
I just went out for a little bit. I thought she got home. I thought she home.
Were you watching your daughter first?
We both at home.
Okay, you're both at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Who left first?
She left first.
Your wife?
Yeah.
And then you left.
And then I call her that I need to go and then I'll come back, and she said she on the way.
From the start, the father's story made no sense. He shifted blame, pointed fingers at his wife, and dodged every question. The officer had heard enough, and it was time to confront him with the harsh truth.
Did you, without trouble, did you leave your daughter by herself?
Because I thought she on her way, so I'm out, so she should be in. That's what I thought.
So you left your daughter by herself? Because your wife was coming?
Yeah.
But your daughter was by herself?
Yeah, I thought it just for like a minute, so that's why I left.
And that's why you left?
Yeah. I didn't look at the time.
You didn't look at the time?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Can I hold
Wait a
her?
sec. He's with your daughter. It's okay. I'm just trying to get this information down. Your daughter opened the door, got out. See this street right here?
Yeah.
Look how busy it is? She ran and went south on 200th Street.
Good. I mean, my father-in-law is like in the 200. I mean,
yeah, I know. My concern is, you told me that your wife left first, right? You called your wife and said, hey, I'm going to leave. And you left. How old is she? You left her 4-year-old by herself. You see where I'm coming from? And she was on this busy street. Look how busy the cars there is, man. She ran.
One way or another, sir, this is probably going to get. We have to contact CPS. Okay. The fact that you left her home alone, that's. You understand? Yeah. Okay. You can talk to her there, but you're not going to pull her out of my car, okay? Oh, yeah. Is there a reason why you left her home alone? No, I thought her mom is on the way. Did you have somewhere important to be? Nothing important than my girl now. Well, something important enough that you left her. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm trying to understand this. Okay? Because I get it. You thought your wife was on the way. I'm trying to figure out what was so important that you decided to leave instead of just waiting for your wife to get home.
It's been an hour, just to let you know. 1 hour. We are with her.
These guys saved her life, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we saw her.
We have kids too. She was right here when we were going to our business, and we just U-turn, you know.
Yeah, we'll call you guys if we need anything else. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you.
So right now we have to figure out whether or not we need to take her to CPS, and you guys will have to work through that system, or if we can leave her with you. At this point, I don't feel like we should be leaving her with you.
So is it any way, like...
We have to talk to our supervisor first, okay? You want to move your truck, you're more than welcome to move your truck.
Hey, so I found the child. The father's here now. And he stated that his wife left first, and he was taking care of his 4-year-old, and he decided to leave his 4-year-old by herself and left thinking the wife's going to be back in time, and the daughter opened the front door and left. 2 males found her, took her back home.
Hey, Munoz, come over here so I can listen in.
For an hour? Yeah, at least an hour.
The father's weak excuses only made things worse. His nervous rambling couldn't hide the obvious signs of carelessness. But as officers pieced the timeline together, each new detail revealed how lucky this child had been to survive.
He said just run back clear. He said that I wouldn't book him right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're not looking at booking him. We're looking at taking the kid. That was the question.
Yeah, he said, I was like, this is child endangerment. And he's like, well, how long has she been gone? How long has she been gone? I was like, at least an hour. He even said, like, these guys, they grabbed her an hour ago. And I don't know how long he's been gone. And he won't tell me the time. He's like, I don't know the time when I left. So I'm assuming it's been longer than an hour.
Probably. So one way or another, we're referring this to CPS, right?
Okay.
We gotta go look up the and go look up the child endangerment stuff. See what you can knowledge yourself up on. Let me know what fits best with this.
Okay.
You're good, man. I got him. I'm gonna close the door. Just sit with her.
When officers looked closer at the family's living situation, their concern turned to fear. Then, right on cue, the child's mother appeared.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So the child was found on the roadway by 2 people.
Oh really?
They had sat with her for about an hour.
Oh my goodness.
So before we start yelling at him, sir, you want to stand over there? I want to get your side of the story, okay?
Oh my God.
You want to stand over there, please? You, ma'am, stay here with me.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm in the hospital with my dad.
Okay.
Right now.
Why
I told him to just bring my baby to my mom's house.
To your mom's house?
Yes, my
Okay.
mom's house on the road.
Bring it down. He was under the impression that you were almost home, which is why he left, because he thought you were going to be able to pick up right where he left off.
No, I told him to bring her to I didn't know that. He just left her.
Why would she be home by herself?
I didn't know. He with him earlier.
Okay, are you guys having marital issues? Is that why there's no communication or what?
No.
No issues?
Yeah.
Any other kids?
Yeah, I have kids in my house.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids in my house.
At your house?
Yeah, and 1 kid with him.
Where's your house?
It's just on the road
So
right
you guys don't live together?
No.
Okay.
Please. You can't live it. You just leave the kids home by yourself.
Ma'am, I don't want to sit here and listen to the argument back and
Oh my
forth,
God.
okay?
You can go to the hospital or not. I'm with my dad in
Which
the hospital.
hospital were you at? Which hospital?
Valley.
Valley?
Yes.
Okay. He was under the impression you were going to come here, it sounds like.
No, I told him if he said I'm not, then I come home right away because I just tell him.
This is your current address?
Yes.
Or separated?
We're not married.
Never married?
Yeah.
But you guys all have kids? All the same kids?
No, just one.
Just the one?
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh,
We're
no,
trying to
I
figure out
didn't
what's
know
going
that.
on,
Yeah,
that's all,
thank
okay?
you. Yeah, he thought maybe I come home, but I thought maybe we misunderstood because he thought I'd come home right away, but I thought he'd bring the kid to my mom's house. That's
Is
why.
this the same address, your mom's house?
Yes.
Same one?
Yes, that's why he misunderstood me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought
listen, so I've got to talk to my sergeant, okay?
Oh no.
Figure out what's going on. Figure out if we're going to release the child to you or if we're going to take the child under CPS.
Yeah.
Okay? So
I'm the one to take care of baby
I
because
get it.
I sleep here this morning. I just left the baby
sleep
here
here?
with him. Yes.
why don't you just go home? It's right down the road, right?
Yeah, because on the weekend we stay here, and then I thought he
So
bring the baby home,
weekends
but
you stay here, weekdays you stay with your mom.
Yes, but he misunderstood. Maybe I come home and get her, but I said I'm busy with my dad in the hospital. Maybe he misunderstood me. And then maybe he thought I'm come home right away, but after he left, but I'm not because I'm with my dad.
Okay.
Maybe that's why the baby opened the door and she tried to get out and go home.
Does she normally get out and walk on her own?
No, no.
Does she know how to get out of the house normally?
No.
She doesn't know how to work on doors?
Nobody home and then she just go out, get out.
Okay. Does she know how to use a door?
Yeah.
She does, right?
Yeah,
That's what
she's
I'm
4 years old.
Okay. Go take a seat in your car. I'll be right back.
The mother insisted she had been caring for her sick father, calling the whole ordeal a miscommunication. But this so-called misunderstanding could have ended in tragedy, something that those careless parents didn't seem to understand.
Child has been out of the house for at least an hour. No one home. I got it. Oh, yeah. No one's home. A couple of dudes picked her up and sat with her for an hour. She was walking along the roadway on 108. They kind of talked to some neighbors and figured out where her residence was. No one at the house. As we're on scene, Dad finally shows up. I guess the neighbors probably called him. So we're looking at doing, what do you call it? Reckless endangerment for the child, or at least, and then taking child and charging Dad. But Mom showed up on scene. Mom and Dad live in separate houses, but she stays with them during the weekend. She was over at Valley Medical with her dad and told the male half to bring the child over to her. He thought that maybe she was coming home, so he left the child at home thinking Mom was about to be there shortly. Mom never showed up. Child walked out. So at this point, we're probably going to release child to Mom, do a CPS referral for both, because Mom's DOL address comes back to a different address, which is actually right down the road, which is what she's saying. Yeah, it's more so Dad was just being a jabroni. So we're going to release to Mom and then CPS referral if you're cool with it. Yeah, but he was under the impression that she was almost home, which is why he I know, 100%, but that's what I was going with originally, and then Mom shows up and actually leaves up a valid story, so that's why we're not removing him right now, but definitely doing a CPS referral. So, Mom shows up.
Yeah.
I don't think we have...
That's what I'm looking at too in
No.
RCWs?
Yeah, I think it's more than... I mean, there is the part about leaving them, right, without any care, but...
Shelter or...
Yes, but this is a little different. It's not like he's purposely doing that, or that it's like a track record of it, huh?
What she told you?
So they live separately, but on the weekends she stays here. This is their only child in common. She was over at Valley Medical visiting her dad, who's in care right now. Called him and said either bring the child to me or drop him off at my mom's house. She thinks that maybe there was a miscommunication, right? Because he heard, hey, I'm going to come pick up the kid, not, hey, come drop off the kid. So, nonetheless, this motherfucker's, I mean, we're looking at reckless, probably cite at large for reckless.
Reckless endangerment?
Yeah.
Of the child?
Yep. But she's going to go with Mom, and we're going to do a CPS referral. Okay.
It was becoming clear that this wasn't just a simple mistake. The officers pressed the mother for answers, and that's when the real story began to unravel.
Thank you, I'm so sorry.
Can I speak with you over here for a second?
Yeah. Yeah, I show you this family because my dad's in the hospital, see? That's why we in the hospital right now. And
okay.
You see that? You see that? Yeah, see that? There's a family room. Yeah, you see that? My dad on the procedure. That's why I'm there with him. You see that? I'm not lying.
And this is your ex-husband?
No, this is my boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend now or still boyfriend?
Just still boyfriend.
Still boyfriend.
Yeah, it's still boyfriend. We still live together.
You text him saying that. Who texted you about dropping the kid off?
He called me.
Oh, okay.
He called me earlier and say, where are you? And come home. See, he called me. What time is that?
So, from what she's saying, she told you to bring the child over to either her mom's house or Valley Medical.
Her mom.
So she told you to take the child to her mom's?
No, she told me she's on the way.
She's on the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could bring to her mom. I mean, like right here.
Okay.
Like a walk to her mom.
Why would she tell me that she told you something different?
Because she on the phone, I couldn't hear like all the sentence.
Okay. What time did you leave the house?
I didn't look at the clock.
You didn't look at the clock? Was it morning? Was it afternoon? Do you know what time it is now?
No, it's like
called me in the morning.
11,
Maybe
17?
around something 11.
About what?
About come home with the kid. And then I said, I can't bring the kid to my mom's house because my daughter there. My daughter 18. She can take care of the baby. And then I tried to call my daughter and I tried to call my mom and my daughter and ask them to take care of the baby.
What's his phone number? Can I get his phone number?
Yeah, and then he misunderstood I come home. But because I think that he bring the kids home. Yeah,
That's his
phone number. And then I didn't know he left the kids. He crazy.
Oh, so he said...
Maybe he think I'm come home right away. But normally he called me, I come home right away before he left. But this time, because I told him I'm with my dad, but maybe he don't hear me or something, I don't know. Probably he don't hear me or something.
There's not a history of this before ever, right? No.
The mother seemed convinced that her husband would never do something so reckless. But the more he revealed as he spoke to the officers, the more that illusion fell apart.
How long do you think you've been gone?
I mean, I've been good for an hour.
Oh, minimum, right? That's what my partner said. At least 1 hour.
Yeah, because I tried to look for something so I can fix my truck because they tried to steal my truck. They dropped the thing around the
So at the very minimum, we have to refer this case over to CPS. Let them know what happened. They're probably going to be in contact with you guys. They'll have their own separate case. We'll leave you guys with a case number. She's going to go with mom. You may be looking at criminal charges. So a court date for you. It's called reckless endangerment, right? Your actions led to the child being in danger. Does that make sense? I'm just giving you a heads up so you're not surprised. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, what can I say?
Not a lot, man.
What can I do?
Nothing right now. Let's leave that here. Thank you. Boop.
Why are you on the road? Why you don't go with daddy? Huh? Thank you, sir.
Hey, stay out of the road, okay? Listen, I'm just going to review the facts and circumstances. Right, if I find that there's no probable cause to cite you at large, you will not be receiving a court date. Let us review that, talk with some of our supervisors, figure out what the next step is, okay?
Okay.
If you don't see anything in the mail, then you probably don't have anything. Got it?
I hope not, but I mean...
Like I said, man,
I mean,
so it sounds like a massive miscommunication, right? No, at the very minimum, like I said, I have to send the case over to CPS.
Yeah,
they're going to be in contact with you guys, so just be aware of that. As far as criminal charges, like I said, let me review the facts and circumstances. I'll call you and notify you what we come up with, okay? All right, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
In the end, the child was placed safely with the mother, while the father was charged with reckless endangerment. The case was handed over to Child Protective Services. Speaking of evil parents, this mother-father duo couldn't care less about the well-being of their runaway toddler.
He couldn't find.
And why didn't he call the police?
He was hoping that hides. She likes to hide. She hides behind. She does it to me all the time, but he doesn't run away on.
How old are your other kids?
They are 7 and 9.
7 and 9. Do we know where they are right now?
They should be home.
At this point, this is going to be child no matter what it is, because look how far we are from the house.
On May 3rd, 2025 in Vero Beach, Florida, a neighbor playing with his daughter made a chilling discovery. A 3-year-old girl, alone, covered in dirt and bearing fresh injuries, was spotted stumbling out of the woods as if she had been lost for hours. When officers arrived, what they found would haunt them for years to come.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, as a father, I'm shaking right now. Me and my daughter are out in the yard playing. I look up. Right there.
Where that fallen tree is?
Yeah, came out of here. I know everybody around here. This is not anybody's kid.
Hi.
Came out of them woods. I'm shaking right now.
What kind of truck was it that drove up here?
It was a white car. I'm not sure. It looked like an old Toyota, like a 90s.
Like an old Corolla or something?
Kind of, and it was full of, looked like migrant men.
Okay.
And they weren't acting suspicious or anything, but they were like, hey, is this your kid? I was like, no. And then they were trying to take her over there, and I was like, no, the hell you won't.
This literally just happened, and not 3 months ago, and yeah, and now it's gonna happen all over again. You can see. You're all right. I understand the child. Like I was freaking out because I literally just got home. Because I know you can hear this thing driving around the neighborhood.
I just told dispatch. I was like, whoever pulls up besides an officer, they're not. And they made me secure my firearm in the house.
Yeah.
She wasn't going anywhere. Still not until she lets you. No offense.
Oh, I know. Believe me.
As disturbing as the scene was, the officers quickly remembered this wasn't the first time they had encountered the child's father, Cody. Just a few months earlier, he had been at the center of a serious neglect case, and now as the pieces fell into place, all the suspicion pointed right back to him.
This is my house. This is my little one. Over there, coming this way.
Yeah.
Luckily, everybody in the neighborhood's pretty smart. We don't have a bunch of dirt.
Yeah, I think we only have one. We only have one over there.
Well, I mean, I know we got a couple.
Yeah, one over here on the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I know some are, but one's a. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's the one with the truck, right?
Yeah, there's another family. There's a.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. They have like 5 of them.
Yeah,
5 kids.
Ended up down here. I mean, we know about them, but
We're there every other weekend, so.
I've seen that. I was out here riding my mini bike, and you guys had the whole SWAT team or a whole crew over there. So do I need to be worried?
It's the Browns' house.
Do I need to be worried?
No, they're just crazy.
Okay. Is it the one on this side or the one on this
It's on this road right here, 26.
Okay.
And it's the one at the corner.
With the trailer a little behind you?
I think it's the one with all the trash on it front. It's like pretty trashy out. It's like it looks like a
fenced in one.
No, it's the open.
I think. Yeah, you take a left right here. Your first left. All 3 corners. There's a pillar on each one.
Oh man.
Yeah. If you pull up on your thing. So I know that when you turn to one, there's the fenced-in area with all the lights and trash. I don't know what they did. And then there's the old man down there with the pull behind.
Was that the one that came outside, or no?
I don't know. I've never seen them. Only the bald guy down there that's registered. And then there's another like a black gentleman down there that's registered. But I've never seen any of those 2 down here. And the ones that are down there and like the trash stuff, I don't even know what they look like. So.
I guess the one that came outside wasn't a predator.
No, that's not good.
That's the first thing I asked him, because I guess there's one right here down the street.
Yeah. Oh, they're all in here
Yeah.
because there's no schools here. And
Yeah.
there's a lot here.
I think Dad, he was working outside and help, and I don't know. Help.
Yeah.
And that
Traffic's right there.
It is?
Right at 22nd Street. There's a patch of woods here.
Yeah.
In the house.
Oh, yeah.
There's a trailer, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose. I just think he wasn't paying attention for a second. And
Hopefully it was just a short time.
He said it was 5 minutes. Like literally, he was like on the phone. He was coming home.
Oh, that's not what.
That's what she said up here. They had that traffic complaint over off of 43rd and 8th.
Yeah.
I had literally sat there for 2 days and gotten 1 speeder.
Yeah, that's normal.
The reality turned out to be darker than anyone expected, as the little girl had been left completely unattended for hours. When officers confronted the mother, her words only deepened the unease.
Hi, ma'am. Hi. How are you? Hi. I know this might feel a little redundant. I know you spoke to the other deputies already, but I'm the deputy who's here to investigate whatever happened today, okay?
Okay.
So can you tell me what happened to your knowledge?
All right. To my knowledge, literally, I could probably tell you the phone call. I received a phone call. I just got done like shopping to pick my friend up. I was dropping her off at home, just hanging out a minute, chit chatting, whatever, girlfriend too. And he called me on the phone and said he couldn't.
Who's he? Okay.
And which she's only like 2 blocks down, so I immediately came and double checked the house. And then as soon as I got in the car to leave and drive around the neighborhood, I seen the deputy here and I came here.
So, who called you again? Sorry, can you clarify? Who called you? Called you and say again.
Said he couldn't find.
And why didn't he call the police?
He was hoping that hides. She likes to hide. She does. She hides behind. She does it to me all the time. But he doesn't run away on.
Do you guys live together?
No, we are not living together right now.
Separated? Are you legally married? Together?
No.
How long have you been separated for?
It's been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
And what time did you drop off to him today?
Well, we all had went to go earlier, get something to eat and what have you, and get a few birthday things because he needed to go.
Yeah.
Then I dropped them off. I left at, it was 5:30.
5:30 p.m. ish?
Like 10 to, yeah, it was like in between 5:30 and 10 to 6 is when.
Okay, so you dropped
them off.
Between
to go pick up my friends.
And how long to be there with him today?
The mother revealed that she had dropped her daughter off at the father's home around 5:30 p.m., yet didn't receive a message until 7:21 p.m. of the child going missing. For a 3-year-old, that gap was inexcusable, and nothing either parent said could make up for those lost hours.
She was only there, like I don't very long, just a couple, an hour or two. maybe.
And dropped her off so that you can run some errands with Dad. Do you guys have a custody agreement or anything in place, or do you guys work it out together?
No, it's just basically I take care of him all the time, and because he's done this before.
What do you mean he's done this before?
All right, so I just got out of a open DCF case because the last time I was in his care, ran away. I'm trying to think who the deputy was. It was a bunch of them. So
this is so.
It was like in December or January. She's wild.
Of this year, December/January.
Yes, I can't remember the exact.
Was
date.
law enforcement involved in that case?
Yes, because a lady wouldn't get back to Dad and had already called law enforcement, so y'all were already on the way, so on and so forth, and the same issue.
Did he get in trouble with law enforcement during that incident? Or
no. The only DCF case is on me because DCF lady literally says it falls back on. It's my responsibility.
All right, so to clarify, so today at 5:30 p.m. you dropped off with Dad while you were doing some errands and shopping, and then at 7:21 p.m. he calls you from his phone saying, "Hey, I can't find you." What else did he say to you?
I don't know. I mean, it was kind of like, are you sure? At the time, I didn't know that my other boys are there too, and they must have left and gone to their friends. And so,
how old are your other kids?
They are 7 and 9.
7 and 9. Do we know where they are right now?
They should be home
with Dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so there's two other kids that are there right now.
Yeah. Well, they go to their friend's house, and that's why I was asking where the boys were, and they were supposed to be at their friend's house. But they know they're supposed to be home by 7.
The mother's calm demeanor made everything feel even more unsettling. She spoke about her missing child as if it were nothing serious, and couldn't even tell where her other 2 children were. To officers, this was a classic case of individuals not being fit to be parents, and when the witness recounted the events again, the urgency on their end escalated.
Can you tell me exactly from the beginning, what you saw, what happened?
Yeah, I was sitting over there, and I saw a corner of my eye, seeing her come out of the woods over here. Like right out of here. And I was just waiting for somebody to walk, because it was like adjacent to the truck.
Walking or crawling?
Walking.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. And then when I got up and walked over here, I looked, there was nobody coming. And right in front of where this white SUV, my friend was right there, there was like an older, I want to say like a Toyota, maybe a 4-door. And there was about 4 or 5 Hispanic men in there. They weren't acting aggressive or anything. And they were like, "Hey, yours?" I'm like, "No." And they were trying to take her over there to, there's a gentleman who lives here named where the truck is over here.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I was like, no, they got boys. It's not. And they're like, "Well, take her." I was like, "No, you're not. You're not nobody." So I tell people. So and then they came by one more time, but I think they were just making sure that I wasn't going to.
And then, can you walk over? Can you show me specifically you walked out of it?
Right. Well, I see her directly come from this way, and I was just looking this way. I wasn't coming down the street, and I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Came right here, hands up. So I was sitting right there, and this is when I was standing right here.
She appeared to be in distress, panting.
She was very happy. Didn't seem scared at all. Didn't seem.
Are you familiar with her? Have you ever met her before?
Never.
Okay.
Never. There's a lot of children that resemble the neighborhood, but I can personally say I've never seen her before. I've seen
and there was obviously no one or no adults around.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing. Just the car full of the strange men.
Okay. I'm going to go down there. Number one, there's supposed to be 2 more kids, 7 and 9.
Oh, wow.
I need to be sure the other kids are not missing. I don't want Mom to leave yet. And I want to see what DCF wants to do. They just had a case for the same issue.
Yeah, I overheard.
And there wasn't an arrest in that case. So I don't know the circumstances of it. Nonetheless, this is... so we're going to go down...
Did they say how long? Do we ever get a time frame?
Mom dropped off the baby at 5:30 p.m. So I don't know how long Dad called her at 7:21 saying that, "Oh, I can't find her." And that's why Mom drove over here panicking to figure out what happened.
Right.
So I have to go talk to Dad to figure out the blanks. But at this point, this is going to be child no matter what it is, because look how far we are from the house and all that.
That coming out of the woods right there is wild. Like that's not a trail.
No.
Hands if you crawling through the woods. In the woods, yeah.
Or animals.
Anything.
Yeah. Or that car the stranger kept up there.
Or there's like 20-something that live over here. Like you never know.
Can you just be sure she doesn't leave?
Yeah, I'll hang out with you.
I'm gonna tell her right now.
One thing was clear. If the neighbor hadn't intervened, this could have ended in an irreversible tragedy. Now, the officer's focus shifted to locating the other 2 children and ensuring their safety.
Yeah, we tried to went up. It's like a stilt house. We tried knocking and nobody came to. There's nobody around.
There's 2 other kids that are supposed to be here, 7 and 9.
We haven't heard nobody. The window shakers aren't going. There's nobody. We tried knocking on that fish door thing and we haven't heard like from anybody. And then there's if you go by these power poles, there's a trail that goes all the way along, and I think that maybe that's where she went. But you can tell it's like a well-worn trail between, it's like a mini alleyway between the houses up here and there. Did you get everybody's information? Okay.
Hey Cody, this is Corporal Ruiz with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. We're currently outside your residence. We're here to do a welfare check on your kids. So if you can give me a call back or step outside the house. Thank you.
She gave me the key, so she's represented. She wants us to go in and check the welfare of the kids. If they're not here, she said they probably ran off to a friend's house, and Adrian's trying to get that information out.
All right. Well, if they're not here and they're not there, they're missing an Adrian.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we'll be calling everybody out. So, all right, let's make sure we clear this. And then she said this might not work because it depends on the deadbolt. This is only like one side of it, but we'll go from there.
All right.
There should be another.
Tell you how to get in. Which way to go?
Cody, this is the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. If you're inside, make yourself known. We are going to make entry.
No.
Cody, this is the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. If you're inside the house, make yourself known. We are going to make entry. Cody, Sheriff's Office, you in the room? Since we are no longer searching or in the residence, we can deactivate our body cameras. Actually, just pull the car up here, and then we'll take the laptop out and bring it over.
Amidst the panic of locating the other 2 children, officers realized that Cody, the father, was nowhere to be found, likely hiding to avoid the inevitable arrest. When officers finally tracked him down the next day, his reaction confirmed everything they feared.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Corporal Ruiz with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
Hey, who am I speaking with?
Cody Goldman.
Hey, Cody, this is Corporal Ruiz with the Sheriff's Office. How you doing today, man?
Not doing too good, man.
All right, well, we were trying to get a hold of you yesterday, but you weren't home.
I was home. My phone, my phone. They say y'all found it in the ditch, but it must have fell out of my pocket or something when it scared me. So I ran down the ditch, and then I seen the officer at the corner of this thing, and I didn't know it. You know what I mean? She was playing in the front yard, and then she ran down the ditch.
All right, so yeah, so Cody, would you be willing to talk to me in person?
Nope, because y'all say y'all want to shoot a warrant out for my arrest. I'm not going back to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I don't deserve to go to jail. I don't understand. I don't mind talking, but the last time they tricked me, they took. So listen, I don't know.
So Cody, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just explain something to you real quick, Cody, real fast, and then
I'm going to jail and I can't go home.
Well, hey, let me explain something to you real quick, Cody. Okay? Because understand, you reached out to another deputy because you wanted to talk, and I appreciate that. Okay. But Cody, just because of the allegations of what's going on, I just want to make you aware that you understand that you do not have to talk to me. Correct?
I know, but I want to.
I know.
I don't want to be in trouble.
I know. I legally have to say this to you, though, Cody. That's all. I'm just trying to be sure I do my job the right way. So you understand, Cody? You understand you don't have to talk to me, right? And you can hang up at any time. Do you understand that?
I do.
With that in mind, are you willing to speak with me, Cody, over the phone?
Yeah, I'll talk. But I don't want to go to jail. Me and my wife's leaving me and stuff. We ain't been together.
Cody claimed he had lost his phone in a ditch and refused to meet officers in person, insisting he'd been tricked into arrest before. His excuses didn't fool anyone, but officers decided to play his game to lure him into a false sense of security.
So, Cody, let me ask you this, man. What happened yesterday? What happened?
All I did, she was playing right there in the driveway. My buddies just left from going to the scrapyard or whatever, and she was right here playing in a little sand pile out front, and then she moved over to the ditch. Well, I had to walk around because I can't just cut through my backyard,
okay,
through the fence because I don't got a gate. So she was right there by the beer cans and stuff playing at that time.
Okay.
So then I
I walked around because my wife's little dog, Costa, it scared me for whatever reason. I've never done anything to harm this poor dog.
Yeah.
But it runs, he's scared of most males.
Okay.
So he got out down the road. He ran down the road. So I wasn't even trying to run him, you know what I mean? I try Costa, and then I come back, like I was literally probably 20 feet from her, And then I looked over down, I'm like, damn, I don't see her. So, and me and my wife was just texting at the time and stuff, and I mean, you could go back and look on the phone, and then I was like, I said, oh God. I called her right away and said, here. So I went upstairs and looked, Last time she just went to my kid's bus stop, thank God, but I followed her feet tracks down the ditch, and then I heard coming, so I wanted to let my wife know, like, hey, the officer's down there at the corner of the road, go talk to him, and that stuff. And she just ran down the ditch, and I was following her feet tracks. And if I hadn't turned around to go talk to the old lady in the driveway, then I would have caught her in time, you know what I mean?
Instead of showing concern for his daughter, Cody fixated on avoiding jail, twisting his story at every turn. The more he spoke, the clearer it became. This wasn't a scared father, but a man desperate to escape consequences.
The dog took off, you went to catch the dog, and then when you turned around, she was gone.
Yeah, what happened was she went down the ditch bank a little bit.
Yeah.
And then through my neighbor's house, there's both of them got fences, my neighbors.
Yeah.
So there's like a little pathway in between the fences. I'm assuming that's where she came out at. And then the neighbor on the corner, or whatever neighbor close to the corner, called you guys, and because I guess I seen the white car trying to take the people, a carload of people in a white car. So
So you saw a car full of people. Why didn't you try to?
No. The man on the corner or whatever already had him, sir. That's what I'm trying to. You know what I mean? He said I guess these people were trying to take her. That's just the rumor on the streets, and that's what the old lady said. A carload of people.
Oh, so
I'm just going by what I hear.
No. Only tell me what you saw, not what you heard. So you didn't see any of that? That's just what you were told by someone else, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Which way did your dog take off when you were trying to catch your dog? Where'd your dog go again?
Well, he goes to my neighbor's house directly, like right behind me. His name's.
But opposite of the ditch bank, because he would have saw your direction.
Right. So all I did was step out in front of my driveway. I walked out the ditch to the dirt road, and Costa was already running around the corner, like headed back south on the dirt road, headed south again. So
yeah.
I already know where he was going. So I turned around and in 3 minutes, it wasn't even that. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: why didn't you call 911?
Sir, I don't have a phone. I mean, I do have a phone. Yeah, I did.
Well, at the time you had a phone because you were talking to your wife.
Yeah. You're right. I didn't mean. I'm so used to not having one. I literally just got it like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
But so I didn't feel the need to call 911 because she didn't go far. Normally,
Well, how did you know you're located?
I seen the officer, or Brandy. She went around the block and then she came back. And then we both was in the middle of the dirt road. I was on a bike, and she was in a car, and I seen the officer down there talking to the neighbor, and then my wife went down there,
Okay.
to talk.
But you see how it looks, though, when you
take
off, you never called the police about it. You didn't come out to say, hey, listen, I stepped away for a minute, she disappeared. Instead, you left your phone in the ditch bank, and then you took off.
No, I didn't leave it in the ditch bank. It must have fell out of my pocket or something. But then, I get nervous. She said, well, I said, I called her, my wife, off my phone, and she said, I said, is everything okay? She said, well, nope, not everything's okay. You got a warrant out for your arrest and blah, blah, blah. That shuts me down, man. I go into hiding when that shit happens. I've been locked up most of my life, so I don't want to go back, and I'm not trying to go back.
On May 12, 2025, after a week on the run, deputies finally located Cody William Goebel hiding in a parking lot in Vero Beach, where he barricaded himself inside an office, cursing and refusing to come out until officers forced the door open. During his arrest, deputies seized 6.19 grams of substances from him, turning a case of packed into one involving narcotics and resisting arrest. All 3 children were placed safely with relatives, while Cody was booked into the county jail with his bond set at $17,000. Those people didn't deserve to be parents, and neither did this mother, who slept soundly while her toddler wandered the dark, cold streets.
He woke up in Mom's car and he was alone. The car was turned off.
We're looking for his mom, and she used to live in 102. That's why I was knocking.
See, I just woke up.
Damien said in a car that was turned off.
What? Where you been at?
On February 25, 2023, officers responded to a 7-Eleven after a toddler wandered into the store around 2 a.m. in freezing weather. The child told them his mother had left him in her car and forgotten about him for hours, leaving the officers no choice but to take on a parenting role for the boy.
Do you know where he lives?
He's gonna show me, but he said he wants to warm up first.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's that? Well, I would say I would.
2 o'clock. How his mother has left him?
What if he's allergic to something here? Oh, yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, it's okay.
That's good. Yeah.
You're not allergic to nothing.
You sure?
Yeah, are you sure, buddy? Because a lot of people are allergic to stuff. Is that fine? Oh, okay. I'll come back and pick her up then.
The black car.
Thank you.
My car's right over here, okay?
Do SROs have contact or access to their stuff at home? I'm not sure.
I may have to use you since you got a car and stuff. So you need a car seat. You know,
do SROs have access to their stuff at home?
They do. What school you go to, brother?
Sam Lincoln will be the south side.
All right, let me close the door. I'll turn the heat on for you, okay? The only problem I have with putting him in the backseat of your squad is I want him up front to show me where he lives. But I don't want to have him up front. We'll figure this out.
What's he saying?
He woke up in his mom's car. You guys said he came from that way. Can you head that way and see if there's a car door that's open? He woke up in Mom's car and he was alone. The car was turned off.
Maybe your mom's name, Soundex something?
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you.
You say you go to Lincoln? Okay.
Alright, buddy. We're gonna need your help. You gotta look out the windows and tell us which way to go, okay? You live over here in these apartment buildings here?
No. You go in there.
Okay.
Okay.
You're looking. Oh, my mom's cars are. So. And.
Let's try to remember where Mom's car is at.
It's at that deep with the fire sign on it.
It's over there by the store with the fire sign on it.
Do you know what color mom's car is?
Silver.
Silver? Okay.
He says it's a truck. That's what he knows it is.
Okay.
This one here. This one's not Mom's, is it?
It is.
This one's Mom's? That's Mom's car?
The deputies had a hard time understanding why a 9-year-old boy would wander so far off from his mom's vehicle. Now that they had located the mom's car, it was time to get a few answers.
No, it was locked. This front door was. This doesn't look familiar.
My apartment is across the street.
In that building right behind us?
Here, I'll tell you what, pull up the screen.
Across the street.
Okay. Ah, there we go. Hi.
Hi.
He's saying this doesn't look familiar. He said it's across the street.
Over there? The plate came back here, though?
The plate. She's in house and she comes back here.
No. What apartment?
So your door number is 104. But it's not here.
We had a call through at 104 on the 28th of January.
There's a different one.
On Spiros? That says 858.
Yeah.
So let's go to 858. I'll walk over there.
Okay. Alright, Dan. I'll be right back. Hey, bud.
Instead of finding answers, the deputies were left with even more questions, as the truck the child identified seemed to be locked and empty. After that, the responding officer decided to go door to door to find the careless mama.
Hey, long time no see. Sorry. We got a little kid here, and we're looking for his mom, and she used to live in 102. That's why I was knocking. Where's he live at?
Across the street.
Okay, we're going over there. We're trying to make contact with mom. Last house was right there, so that's why I was knocking. So, yeah, he's like 6 years old. I don't know. That's what we're gonna find out.
Is the building to your left? Is that where mom stays?
No.
No. So is the building to your right where mom stays? Is that your home?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, she lives over there, but just in that apartment.
She lives in that apartment over there.
Uh-huh.
In the big building to our left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you think your door number is 104?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, you just found my apartment.
I just found your apartment?
What's that?
I'm getting someone to call.
Where's she
Hello,
live?
how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
I don't know where she lives.
You don't know where she lives? Okay.
Last thing I knew was across the street.
Okay, yeah. That's where her registration comes back to. He saw that they don't live there. He said he lives across the street.
Well, that's what the guy that lives in 102 said.
Yeah.
He's the guy in the wheelchair that
Yeah.
sits around here. He said that she lives across the street, so he thought it was this building.
No, he right. He's fine to come here.
I gotta give him to Shay. You guys are trying to call her right now?
Yeah.
Do you have a phone number just in case I can't get a hold of her? In case we can't find her right now, I need to have a phone number. Can I get that from you guys?
You know you can get possessed by candy?
Possessed?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
Because if you like it too much and you smell it, you might put your eyes up. Don't feed you.
It's your first time eating this week?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you ate?
I ate many times, but not this time.
Okay. Many times, but not this time?
Why would her car be over there? Was it warm? No. Almost makes you want to go over to look at the video at 7-Eleven and see how long it was. I don't know if we'd see it.
I don't know that reaches all the way across.
Maybe Thursdays would, but.
You guys supposed to get that camera up there in the intersection.
Is Troy your brother?
Yeah, he's 17.
He's 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, how do you know that?
I'm just I can look stuff up on my computer. I found brother in house there at 857-102.
The child seemed to vividly remember his apartment to be 104, but officers found themselves in a predicament when a person at 104 refused to take ownership of the boy. Still, they continued to persist, not leaving the apartment, and that persistence seemed to work out in their favor.
What's going on?
Shit.
Yeah. You see, I just woke up.
Damien said in a car that was turned off.
What? What?
You have son, Damien?
He was in my car?
Yeah.
What the f?
Who was in your car last?
I was.
When was this?
What? He was just. Well, I could have sworn he was just in here. Call Uncle Froggy. They said they just talked to him in the wheelchair. We told him that he stayed for them. Y'all talked to my uncle? Yeah, we told him that he stayed. I thought he was. Let me get my coat.
We're bringing him right over here. He's just across the street.
He at Uncle Froggy's house?
No, he's in our squad right now.
He in your squad car?
Yeah.
Come on.
He's coming in.
We're bringing him to you.
Okay.
What kind of candy you got? Kit Kat? Yeah.
No.
So, when's the last time you were in your car?
I was in my car. What time is it? It's what?
3.
Yeah. Almost 3 in the morning.
2:45.
The last time I was in my car, I came back from Walmart.
Okay.
That was like 10. Yeah, my uncle came over here, everything.
Was he with you?
Yes, we went to a fun night, and then I went to go get something to eat, and then we went to Walmart, and I came back. Where you been at? You was in my car. You fell asleep or something?
Yes.
I could have sworn he came in with the other kids. I pulled everything out the car, pulled one of my kids out the bag. I don't even remember not being in the house. Huh?
You got back here at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, and I pulled up right here and let all my kids out. If he was asleep in my car, I wouldn't even have him.
Which car is this?
It's a Dodge Journey.
So the one that is parked across the way?
At the Quick Start. Yeah, that's my car.
So you pulled up, dropped all the kids off here?
Yeah, and then I parked my car. Me and my daughter parked the car and we walked up over here. And I went in the back and went to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, he was at 7-Eleven for about 10 minutes before they called us.
7-Eleven?
Yeah, he wanted to pass me and he wouldn't. He said he woke up, he was all alone, and he was cold.
This is who was in the car with you.
Okay.
So you can this is my daughter.
Who was sitting next to him in the car?
I don't know, I got stuff all in my car. I had my 3 little kids in the back and she was in the front seat.
Okay.
But y'all can ask her because she was just knocked out.
If that heartless mama had her timings right, the child had been left unsupervised in the freezing cold for almost 4.5 hours. And instead of feeling shame over her actions, the mother instead blamed her daughter, who wasn't even driving the car.
You saw him walk in with you?
Yeah, he was in Carlos coming back from school.
Coming back from the school?
Yeah, because we went to school festival.
Okay. And where'd you go after that?
Where we go before we came here? Oh, no, we went to Walmart.
Okay.
And then we came here.
Do you remember seeing him get out of the car? Huh?
10-4, don't even.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to check the cameras. I believe that there's going to be some surveillance cameras that... Well, yeah, their receipts will reach all the way over there, 7-Eleven. But you don't remember him coming in?
I don't remember seeing him myself come in. I just assumed that all my kids was in that house because I've never knocked them all out of the car before. So, and then by me running in and out with the stuff, I just assumed that he got out of the car. I didn't know he was still asleep in my car.
Yeah.
And then we all was in the house. My uncle even came over here and everything. I had no idea. Everybody, when I asked where the boys were, everybody said they was in the house asleep already. So.
Okay.
The mother had the audacity to paint the scenario as an accident, when all it did was showcase how unfit she was to be a parent. Fed up with her excuses, the officer decided to deliver her the finishing statement.
I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. There's a potential that you could be charged with endangering the health of a child, meaning that he's been sleeping in the back of a van possibly for the past 5 hours.
In the back seat of my car, my back of my trunk has boxes, these moving boxes in the back of my trunk.
Okay. I get that.
I'm just
saying that's a potential, okay? I do have to notify DCFS of what happened tonight, so they'll probably be in touch with you. Is this a good address for you right now? Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll be in touch with you, okay?
All right, thank you for bringing my boy to me.
No problem. Yeah, no problem. All right, thanks, Shay. Her car is right here.
That car?
Yeah, the car that he came out of. It's parked right here. I'm not going to be able to see it. Do you want me to come back and pay for that Kit Kat? I don't have my...
No.
Are you sure?
I want to pay because he was crying.
Are you sure?
So, yeah, I'm sure. Because I want to buy for him because he was crying. So, then you reminded me, don't give anything which is allergic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shawnee Gray, do you want to leave all your property with her? You're going to be in and out in like 10 minutes. Completely up to you. I got to search you when you get in here. You really don't need anything. You want to just leave your coat with her then? Again, you're going to be in and out. April 14th, 9 o'clock in the morning over in Sycamore is where you need to go. This is what you were charged with. So that's yours. I need 2 signatures from you. Stating that you are going to comply with the stipulations of bond. Can't leave the state of Illinois without permission of the court. You got to give written notice to the clerk of the court of any change of address within 24 hours of such change, and you can't break any more laws while you're out on bond. If you do that, they could revoke your bond and you can be charged with violation of bail bond. Okay?
I don't have any record. I don't have anything prior to traffic. I don't have any cases with DCFS. I've never had a problem. I have 9 kids and I've always had my children. For my son to not get out the car and get under a blanket and me to see other coats in the house is ridiculous. To say that I saw the look on his face, any child in that situation would have had a look of panic in their face. But to say I felt something for their child and then to charge me and I've never been convicted of anything is redundant to me. It's really stupid because now things are going to get harder. And if you really cared about my kids and how the situation went, why put me a charge when I've never even been in trouble?
Do you want to read what the complaint says?
I don't even care at this point. I have no choice at this point.
In the end, the woman was charged with endangerment. That mother was definitely evil, and so was this mama, who didn't notice her child missing for over an hour.
I've never seen this little kid.
He keeps pointing to this way.
They found her? Are you mom?
Yes.
Okay, so who was supposed to be looking after him?
Me. That's me. So not fair. Like, it's not fair because I'm not. It's like...
On April 1st, 2024, officers received a call from a woman who had found a 2-year-old by himself, with no parent or other adult in sight. The officers were dispatched to the location to assist the young boy in getting back home, unsure of how long he had been alone or what had led to him being on the street.
So I got out and he was like shaking. No, he wasn't in the car. He was
but he was like looking in
looking
your
in the
car.
car.
Okay.
So I was like, oh no, and then he like was crying a little bit. So I got out and he like gave me a hug and everything. I said, where's your mom? Where do you want to go?
Man, you live down here?
And he pointed.
Do you live down here?
Yeah, that's my house right there.
Okay. Do you recognize this?
I don't. I have actually never seen him.
He tried to go in her house. Like I was like, where do you live? Where do you stay? And he pointed across the street. So I walked him across, and then he like pointed in, and she was like opening the door crack, just kind of peeking out. And he tried to walk in, but I haven't seen anybody. Not my kid. I don't heard anybody.
Hey, buddy.
He's in diapers.
Hi. Is he totally nonverbal?
He's trying to say something, but we can't make out what he's saying. So I'm saying at least 2 or 3. I'm right
No?
in the blue. Like
You want to hit my pet?
Apartments right there, yeah.
You want to shake it?
She's here. And I'm right here, 144. And he's pointing over here. And I've never said she's never seen him on her street.
Do you know your name?
Found him in this area.
Do you know your name?
Inside of my car. He was like,
No.
When officers spoke to the caller, she explained that she had observed the little boy for 25 minutes, hoping that someone might come back for him. At this point, the officers took over the search for the mother, but it quickly became clear that this wouldn't be an easy task, as the child seemed to be nonverbal.
Have you seen him before?
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of kids over here, so he looks familiar.
Okay, alright. Come on, buddy.
Okay. I'm having dispatch run through
Okay.
all 6 of these streets, just to see if there's ever been a call before. Is this your house, buddy? Is this your house? That one?
Let me get a good. Let me knock on it first, bud. Alright?
Hey man, can I borrow you for a second, if you don't mind? Because you're young. Do you live down here?
No, I live on Tevin.
You live down here. Do you recognize this one?
No?
No? Okay. Alright, thanks man, I appreciate it.
You know, my son's.
Hey dear, I know you usually know like
yeah, I usually
everything
try to
that's
help
going
you.
on, so I'm like,
Hey, how you been?
maybe she knows she's home. Have you seen him? Because you helped us
Yeah, I
last
helped
time we
y'all
were
last time.
down here, so.
No. Yeah, I got a house well since Easter. I've never seen this little kid.
Alright, come on, buddy.
That might make sense, actually.
Is it over here somewhere?
Hodge.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
The officers checked with nearby residents to see if anyone recognized the child. Unfortunately, no one did, emphasizing that this search was like finding a needle in a haystack, as the child could have wandered many blocks away from his home.
Mike wants us to bring him back there.
Back to the station?
Back to the station. And
Okay.
then leave a unit canvassing. So I can canvass. You want to take back? Or I can take back, but he's going to start uploading to social media.
Yeah, I can take the kiddo back
Okay.
if you want to do that. You have all your notes and stuff.
Yeah, I got everything.
right?
I got
Okay.
their information
Yeah.
too.
Come on, buddy. Let's go back. All right, come on, buddy.
The officers took the little boy back to the station while continuing the search on their own, allowing him to get some rest, as they had no idea how long this search would take and feared that this could be a case of abandonment.
They found her? Are you mom?
Yes.
Where do you stay? What's your son's name?
Yash.
Here, come over here, man. Is there anyone else at the house? Or is it just you?
It's their dad's there right now.
Okay, so who was supposed to be looking after him?
Me. That's me.
Okay.
It had been like 20 minutes ago. I usually leave my screen doors locked because he opens my door and go out. This is the second time he's done it. And I called him. He was at the park. This was what, day before yesterday.
Okay.
He just started doing this. I don't play that. My kids don't come outside at all, play with other kids. They're always in the house. That's probably why, because he's always in the house and he wants to get out.
What's your name?
Devasia, DEVASHIA.
IA.
ROW.
This is your last name?
Yes.
ROW.
SER. I got 4 kids too. It's not the same.
All right, man. So what we're gonna do? We have him at our station. All right. So I'm just gonna take you back, and then we'll talk about everything there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you want to hop in the back of mine? And we'll get you going.
Can I let my baby's father know first?
Yeah, I'll drive you. I can drive you over there, and
fine.
yeah, we'll get it handled there. All right?
Okay.
If you want to get on the passenger side, we'll get on the passenger side.
After nearly an hour of intensive searching for the child's mother, she finally showed up out of the blue. She was taken to the station to be reunited with her son. While the mother was relieved to see her son again, the officers knew what had to be the outcome of this incident.
All right. Devasia, understand. You are going to be cited today for endangering children. Now, before you freak out about it, you have your day in court, you can explain what happened, that you were busy, preoccupied with your other kids. I am going to listen before you get upset. I am going to put everything in there about how he could possibly be on the spectrum and that we don't know which would work in your benefit.
Like, this is like so not fair. Like, it's not fair because I'm not. It's like,
hey, sweetie, and like you told me to, you went out trying to find him. You tried to call him.
I was on the phone with him.
Just understand from our side, it was an hour. We were starting to put his picture online. We had a lot of steps moving to try and find you because we couldn't. Okay? This is not the end of the world. At the end of the day, we are here to assist you. This is a simple go to court, make your case. They're going to read our report. Okay? So you know, we do have to contact CPS anytime a child goes missing. We reunite them with the family. That's why I was asking you the questions about home life. I don't see any issues as of right now with what you told me, but they're probably going to come out and just want to talk to you and say, hey, what's going on? All the same questions I asked, but probably a little bit more detailed, okay? Getting discharge, it is like not the end of the world. You have court on Wednesday. It's going to be at 10 a.m.
I don't even have a car. I have a car, but it's not even working right now.
Okay.
I have 4 kids. I really don't even have any help.
So what I'll
like,
do
with transportation.
So what I'll do, and like I said, that's why you're not going to jail. I'm giving you this. What I will do is I will write down. Do you want me to write down the phone number to the court, and you can call them and say, I have to show up Wednesday, but I don't have a ride. This is what I got charged with. How can we work together? Okay? And they do that, okay? They might not know what you're talking about immediately because the court won't have our copy of this until tomorrow morning. So maybe wait until tomorrow morning to call, okay? So like I said, they won't have a copy of this until it goes over tomorrow and it gets reviewed. But as of right now, your court date is on Wednesday the 3rd at 10 a.m. at the court. The address is listed right here. It's the one right across the street from Burns, okay? If you don't think you can make it, call tomorrow morning, call them. They always work with people, okay? Officer Hackney is gonna take you home, okay? He's gonna take the kiddo home. You guys can go together. Do you have any questions for me on what you can expect going forward? I know a lot of parents think because something happens and we have to do our job, and we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But they think this is the end of the world. They think someone's going to come take their kids. Like I said, I talked to you about his home life. He's going, or the other kids are going to school. You're doing your job. You're feeding them. They have beds. That's all going in there. So I don't see an issue coming of this. But they do have to follow up just because we've had an incident. So do you have any questions for me of what you can expect going forward?
No, I've been through this before when my oldest was a couple months old. So,
okay.
I mean, I know how it goes.
Okay. And again, that's not saying you're a bad person. I honestly think in this situation, I mean, with him being able to show that he can push a chair, like, and I will put that out, be like, we were talking about home life and he pushed a chair up to the door, and like I said, I mean, it's on my camera that he has that capability to do that. And if you're saying by, you know, he's 2 and he's dressing himself every day, that shows a high degree of intelligence, okay? So, but Officer Hackney, if you wouldn't mind giving her a ride back home, make sure she takes this with her, and if she's got any questions, just answer. Awesome. Those 4 of them. Okay.
The mother had a prior record of endangering the welfare after leaving a child unattended in a vehicle in 2022. Moving on to an irresponsible father who made no effort to look for his missing child until the deputies showed up to confront him.
2.5 now, so he knows how to like unlock doors. He just figured all that stuff out, so he just went out here. You have to realize, I only saw him 2 weeks ago. He like grows so fast. Quick in and out, and he's watching his ABCs on the Cocomelon cartoon, and I didn't hear him, and I guess he walked out here. He's like, what the hell's going on here?
So the baby was outside for 20 minutes on his own? At least 20 minutes.
On March 16th, 2025, the Florida Flagler County Sheriff's Department received a troubling call about a 2-year-old in a messed-up diaper roaming the streets, but what they didn't know was just how bad the situation was.
Yeah, when I was in the bathroom. Is he okay? Yeah, he's fine.
Were you out here earlier with him or no?
Yeah, we just got up this morning, and then he's 2.5 now, so he knows how to like unlock doors. He just figured all that stuff out, so he just went out here. I was like, dude, we don't even stay here, so.
You don't stay here?
No.
Where do you live?
My parents' house is where he.
Where is that?
Up at the hammock.
So what are you doing here?
We just stopped here this morning.
Where's here?
The dog out. My house.
I've been here before, and you lived here.
At the time, I stayed here by myself. Yeah.
You exchanged your child here to your wife.
Yeah.
Your ex-wife.
Yeah.
Is she coming to pick him up today, or?
No, tomorrow.
Why didn't you come out the door that you went in when I saw you when I walked up?
I was out there going out this way to see what's going on.
No, I think you knew what was going on.
I didn't know there was like a bunch of people here.
No.
I was just kind of assessing the
when
situation with him.
2-year-old that was walking in the street, and then you saw me standing in the driveway. I'm wearing a
I'm just,
uniform.
brother, I'm
and
just
you
a
went
dude
inside,
whose
and then you
kid
shut
just.
the door, and then you won't open the door when I knock 10 times.
We were outside on the back patio. I was
you
seeing
came
what
out
was
the
going
side
on.
over here because you just. Didn't
I don't
know what was
want
going on.
any trouble, guys. I appreciate everybody's help. There's really not a big deal issue.
Do you have your ID on you?
Yes. I just want to let everybody know that the baby's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
What's your son's name?
I don't want any issue.
Well, you have an issue. And then what's his last name?
I only saw him 2 weeks ago. He like grows so fast and like.
The man, who was later identified as 44-year-old Ross Judy, was initially knocked out drunk and tried to nail the blame on his toddler, but things started getting really ugly for him when his neighbor began to talk to the cops.
Y'all need to take that kid.
Can you tell me what happened?
About 20 minutes before we called, I saw the baby wandering around here. Well, I figured Ross was in his driveway. I just said, oh, Ross is out letting the kid walk around. There's not much traffic. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, I see this car slowing down, stop, another one. I went, oh God. And I went, oh. And I went out there, and sure enough, that baby was out there. 20 minutes later, he's inside, passed out because he's a horrible drunk. That house needs to be condemned.
Run me through what all transpired, okay?
Yeah, I got up. He had woken up. I had gotten up. He went to watch Cocomelon and do his ABCs. So he's in there doing his ABCs. I go to the bathroom, because sometimes you got to take a in the morning, So I went to go do that. Normally it's quick in and out, and he's watching his ABCs on the Cocomelon cartoon, and I didn't hear him, and I guess he walked out here. He must have been out here, must not been too long, or somebody spotted him, and obviously when you see a toddler in the street, for God's sake, you're going to freak out and be like, what the hell is going on here?
So the baby was outside for 20 minutes on his own?
At least.
At least 20 minutes? But it probably was longer because that's when you came
That's
out.
when I saw him.
Okay.
I went out back and I talked to the lady. I said, y'all need to call the police. I came back in. I called the police. They called the police.
Do you know about the time that it was from the time that you last saw him until
right when the neighbor Sharon came over and brought him in? So
Okay.
the neighbors, I don't know if it was her, she said some other neighbor called you guys. Otherwise, she knew, who he is.
As the situation unfolded, things continued to look bad for Ross, but nothing prepared the cops for the level of revelation they were about to get from Ross's neighbor.
So the baby was outside for 20 minutes on his own?
At least.
At least 20 minutes?
At
But
least.
it probably was longer because that's when you came
That's
out.
when I saw him.
Okay.
I went out back and I talked to the lady. I said, y'all need to call the police. I came back in. I called the police. They called the police.
Do you know about the time that it was from the time that you last saw him until
right when the neighbor Sharon came over and brought him in? So
Okay.
the neighbors, I don't know if it was her, she said some other neighbor called you guys. Otherwise, she knew, who he is. She immediately brought him in the house and brought him to
I'm saying, but do you know the amount of time it was from the time you got into the bathroom because you weren't?
Oh,
you
it
didn't
was.
see him. So.
I mean, he must have been out here just for a minute or two.
I know y'all can't do anything, but I'm going to find the mother.
But has anyone ever reported to DCF?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
No, this is the first time anything's happened like this.
Okay.
I know he's a drunk driver, and I'm going to start calling on him every time something happens. I didn't call, but I know he drives drunk.
Okay. I mean, has this happened before?
No. No.
No.
Well, he drives a little Jeep. I got that modified Jeep that I made for him.
Okay.
And he's used to being around the neighborhood, collecting golf balls, driving around his Jeep. So he's probably too comfortable around this neighborhood. But, you know, this hour of the day on a Sunday shouldn't be out there at all, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's highly embarrassing.
And then you said the front door was locked?
Yeah, it was dead bolted, yeah.
Okay.
You could reach it, I guess.
And I know y'all are going to let him off. I know your hands are tied. But I'm going to find his wife, the mother's, and she needs to be aware that Ross let that youngin wander this neighborhood. She needs to do something about not letting him have that kid.
Well, there's probably something going on, but I'm
Well,
sure.
and listen, Ross is full of dookie. He'll tell you anything. He lies. He's a gutter drunk. I know. My brother's a gutter drunk, and they're pitiful. They're pitiful.
I'm stunned that Mr. Escape Artist here has managed to do that in the amount of time that he did.
You said you were in the bathroom?
Yeah, trying to think of fellas.
So when the neighbor came over and notified you, what were you doing?
I was in the bedroom at that point because I had just went in there to find him to make sure he was still watching Cocomelon. She comes walking in the house and I'm like, what's going on?
So you were already awake?
Yeah.
Your cameras work?
No, they don't. That one's just a dummy and the other one's a dummy as well. Well, that one actually does work, but it's dead. And there was another one, I think it's fallen down.
They can't be left with children.
Right.
2 years. They got a pool in their backyard, and you ought to see it. It looks like.
Did you guys go in the home and find him passed out?
That lady over there
Went
did.
over there? Okay.
I would have just called y'all and let him sleep. Katie needs to know. The mother needs
Well,
to know.
she's going to have to know. This isn't something that we're just going to let him off with. This is her child, too.
But it's a bad situation.
At this point, the officers began to press Ross harder about the situation, and that was when he suddenly began to get more agitated.
His mom is local as well? No, she moved to DeLand, so we don't even see each other. I just pick him up to and from daycare. It's okay. We're gonna be okay. No one's gonna take you away.
So you're in your
I went to my
master.
bedroom. I went to my bedroom from my bathroom, not realizing that he was f***ing outside.
So you weren't asleep or anything like that?
No.
And he was in his room watching Cocomelon?
Yeah.
So how did he get out?
He opened the deadbolt somehow.
The deadbolt?
Yes.
How
can reach.
high is this deadbolt?
About right here. He reached up and got it.
You said about right here.
Yeah.
And he's about right here. How
He
did
can reach.
that?
He can reach.
Is there a step stool or something?
I don't know what he did. I'm telling you, I deadbolt that door at night, of course. Father of a 2.5-year-old. You think I'm not going to leave the deadbolt on? The door doesn't even latch otherwise.
So he's never tried to open this deadbolt before?
No, we're not here very often. We're not here often. He stayed most of the time at my parents' house when he's with me. For this very reason, because I have a pool that is unmaintained. Can't afford to maintain
So
it.
why are you guys here now?
Well, we spent the night here last night. It's my last night with my son. I wanted to just be with my son. That's it. I just wanted to be with my son. I'm sorry he got out of the street. I'm sorry the neighbors obviously flipped out. She would have.
Well, they're saying he's been out here for over 20 minutes. So that's my concern.
I'm not aware of how long it was. I can't tell you. I don't know what 20 minutes is to other people, but I don't think it was that long. But
that's what they're saying.
Well, I thought he was in his bedroom watching Cocomelon for 20 minutes. It's okay, buddy. They're not going to take you away, okay? I promise. It's going to be okay. I'm glad that my neighbors helped out, and I just want to move on and get the rest of my weekend with my son, and because I'm just a dad who misses his little boy, and I only get so much time with him. He's well fed. We went miniature golfing yesterday. I'll take you through some photos in my phone, which will let you know that he's a well taken care of little boy. His pajamas don't match. That's fine.
That's not our concern right now.
I understand.
I can see that
I understand.
He's well-fed.
He's not he doesn't live here. He's my son. I only see him part-time. If this turns into something else, I'm never going to see him again. And it's not because of any domestic issue or anything else. It's because her and her mother decided that they wanted to move to DeLand with my son and say goodbye to me and take this baby and run with him. And I get him, luckily, because Katie, his mother, is decent enough to still let me spend time with him. I mean, how can I screw this up in 3 days a month? Or 3 days twice a month, you know? I'm somehow managed.
Okay, well, I asked you earlier how long it was, and you said it couldn't have been more than a minute.
Only a few minutes. I didn't realize it was out here that long. I don't know what
Yeah,
you said that,
they said
but
it's been over 20 minutes, and who knows how long he was really out here, because that's just when she noticed him out here. So
well, I remember when he woke up. Like I said, I thought that he was in his bedroom watching Cocomelon. I could hear the music going, and as long as the song is going, because I don't even have internet. I just use my phone.
Has his pamper been changed?
Last night, right before bed.
It's after 9 a.m.
The Just when the cops demanded to see inside his house, Ross quickly activated full defensive mode, but with the cops, Ross had little or no option.
So what's the next step here?
I don't know. We're just standing here. We're waiting for them to
Yeah,
let us know.
okay.
I'm not over there, so
All right.
I can't really say.
I'm ready to just carry on with my day at this point.
Well, it's not something easy to
I know,
just
I know,
carry
I
on
know,
with.
I know. I understand.
So, based on the totality of the circumstances, do you mind if we just go inside, double check the welfare of the living situation? I know
We don't live here. He does not live here. We were just stopped here last night, and we ended up staying here.
I know, but he's your child. You said you have him
Right.
for a certain amount of days.
I'm not
So,
okay with that
we just
because
wanna-
of the fact that I have a dog that's not well. He smells bad. He's got an ear infection.
Well, we're worried about your son, not your dog.
Right, right.
So, if a child is staying here, no matter if it's for a day or if it's for 6 months,
Or a few hours.
there needs
Right.
to be some sort of
We camp out in
steps
my
to
truck
take
most
care
of the
of
time.
the child.
You camp out in your truck most of the time?
Well, like a lot of times
So-
with him, we just hang out in my truck. I try to spend as little time here as possible. I only meet my ex here to transfer the child on
Okay.
most occasions because it's midway.
Well, because of everything that occurred today, we need to check out the welfare of the home.
I don't want anyone coming in the house right now.
And why is that?
Because I've been staying with my parents. I normally stay with my parents.
Okay, but last night you stayed here with the child.
Right.
And this is your residence.
We spent a few hours here between like 10 p.m., 9:30 p.m., and 9:30 a.m.
That's a long time.
So does he have a bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we confirm that? Just the living situation of him?
Yeah.
To confirm?
I carried him in, and he stayed in his room.
Can we confirm that he has a proper bed? He has proper.
Ross, can you come over here for a sec?
Looks like I'm in trouble.
What's grandparents' phone number?
904. What am I being charged with? I need to grab two things before if we have to leave.
What do you have to
being
grab?
arrested.
What do
My
you have to grab?
medication and hopefully my
You
phone.
can't bring medication with you, so.
Well, I gotta take it first.
What is grandma's name?
We have medication.
Huh?
What's his grandma's name?
Joyce. If I'm gonna be in jail,
Buddy, come over here.
I'll have to get out. I have a key to my work vehicle. Why is everybody so mad?
Why are we mad? Did you see what the inside of your house looks like?
You think that's proper living situations for a child?
And then your 2-year-old son is in the middle of a busy street by himself while you're asleep as you're drunk.
Good job. Good job, bud. Hey, how about some nuts? You use some nuts? Oh, good job, dude.
Well, no, that's all. You have a rusty chainsaw outside. You have nothing but broken glass bottles.
No
The inside
screen
of that
on
house
your-
is disgusting.
No screen on
And then
your-
you ask why I'm mad.
Like I said, we make a beeline.
Have a seat. Okay.
That's it.
Go, buddy. I know he's gonna be okay. Did you see if there's toys moving?
Watch your head.
There's no walking room in there. There's smell in there. There's flies in there. I'm sure that house didn't just get like that over the past couple of weeks. It had to have been like that when you
I
were
told
there.
him, I said, get that house cleaned up. And he goes, oh, I am. He's got an excuse for everything.
In the end, the toddler was rescued while Ross was charged with neglect, abandonment of a sick animal, and abandoning an animal.